Call the meeting to order. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation,
under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Moment of silence. Thank you. Roll call.
Alrighty. Alexander. Spitelli.
Here.
Vanez.
Here.
Present. Kelwinski.
Here.
Salinas.
Here.
Tyler.
Here.
Emerson.
Here.
Warple.
Here.
Rakos.
Here. 8 present, 1 on Zoom. See that, Alexander did say. Mayor's address.
Hi, thanks, Councilman. Welcome back, everybody. Tuesday, 4:30 p.m. meeting. First time in 20 years, I think this has happened, so it's good to see you. I'm glad nobody forgot, like I almost did this morning. So I want to remind you all that my Chief of Staff, Phil Talon, was hired by the South Shore Convention and Visitors Bureau. Phil's last day at work is the end of the month, so this is his last week as my Chief of Staff. Obviously, we're all happy for Phil, and we're sad at the same time, because I've been working with Phil for 13, 14 years. He's been my Chief of Staff for a long time, so we've going through a lot of change in the mayor's office right now. As you all know, we recently promoted Alex Tahura to constituent services. Christy's running the office, so now we're gonna have a new Chief of Staff. I'm trying to figure out the process I'm gonna use to fill this position. It's not really a typical job. It's Chief of Staff's position, it works directly for the mayor. Probably gonna post it. I think we should, technically we have to post it, but I'm not in a big hurry to fill it, to be honest with you. I'm in a hurry to fill it with the right person, because there's a great job. The 3 previous people that held this position all went on to bigger and better things, so I think it's a good job for somebody's future. My first Chief of Staff went on to run other government agencies. My second Chief of Staff is now running, he's a Vice President at NIPSCO. My third Chief of Staff, well, he was Deputy Chief of Staff as CEO at NYRA. This Chief of Staff left to run a vacancy at the South Shore Convention and Visitors Bureau as CEO, so I think it's a good job. I've been approached by a number of people. I appreciate them. I'm considering everybody. I'm waiting for the perfect person, and I'll go through a formal process. So anyway, in the meantime, I'm going to be busy. So you'll be hearing from me until further notice, okay? But we will formally post it probably soon, but it may not get filled right away. So, but congratulations to Phil. Looking forward to a lot of partnerships between the Convention and Visitors Bureau and the City of Hammond. Obviously, he's a lifelong Hammond resident. It's great to see him moving on to bigger and better things, and it's great to have partnerships with the Convention and Visitors Bureau. They could do a lot for us here in the city. So congrats to Phil. Looking forward to working with him. My activity log over the last couple weeks started off with promotion ceremony at the Hammond Police Department. We promoted a lot of 2 new captains, a couple of lieutenants, master sergeants and sergeants. It was a nice ceremony. We held in the police department with a lot of family and a lot of police officers there as well. Mayor's Night Out was held in the 3rd District. I want to say thank you to Councilman Berry for hosting us at the Hammond Sportsplex. I wanted to acknowledge this. I wasn't there, because I was at a conference in Las Vegas, International Conference Shopping Centers. But while I was gone, I had a meeting with Councilman Kolwinski. My staff had a meeting with Councilman Kolwinski. Jim Talon, the head of the Park Department, met with Councilman Mark in Pulaski Park, talking with Councilman Mark about if it's feasible to locate pickleball at Pulaski Park. I think that's a great idea. We're following that up. Councilman Mark, I wanted to acknowledge I wasn't there. Apologize for not being there. I calendared it, and then I realized I was the problem in that. So we let the meeting happen, but I think this is a good idea, and we're moving forward with that, and we'll be in touch. So I met with the developer in Las Vegas. I had dinner with that person. This is a person that's done developments across Northwest Indiana and the Chicagoland area and is interested in a development in our city. So I think it was a fruitful meeting. Met with my fire chief, my deputy fire chief, my chief of staff to go over all the deputy fire chief applications. Anthem Church, located on Homan Avenue in our 4th district, hosted an event at City Hall. Pastor Sam came out and hosted a cookout for all city servants. Okay, now I'm worried about flooding. So, yeah, so Pastor Sam and Anthem Church did a good job, met with all first responders, cooked us lunch, had lunch with Mayor Hobart also, had a discussion with the Sportsplex supervisor and community development coordinator about the sports expansion and how it relates to the Walmart, the old Walmart. I presented a CLE with corporate counsel Kevin Smith to attorneys across Northwest Indiana about the trials and tribulations of practicing municipal law in the city of Hammond. Attended Northern Indiana Mayor's Roundtable in Michigan City for Mayor Angie Nelson Deutsch. She did a great job. She's doing a great job. This is her first term mayor in Michigan City. We'd made an announcement in the Hammond Fire Department. I'm sure you've heard by now. First off, it was a couple weeks ago we promoted our deputy fire chief, Bernie Grisolia. He's going to be Hammond's next fire chief. That announcement was made formally a couple weeks ago, and then we followed it up with the press release this week. We named Dave Weiss, who is our assistant chief drill master in the Hammond Fire Department, become the new deputy fire chief. Congratulations to Deputy Chief Weiss and Chief Grisolia. We have an open drill master position we're going to work in the future to fill, which is where Chief Weiss came from. So congratulations to Bernie and to Dave on their promotions. I attended Hammond Mohawk's annual Memorial Day Parade in North Hammond. There was a really good crowd yesterday. A lot of candy getting thrown, a lot of volunteers, a lot of parade walkers. I thought it was a really good day. Thanks to Councilman Kowinski for hosting, and thanks to the Hammond Mohawk for all the hard work they put into that event. I had an update today. I know Councilman Mark has a meeting today in Pulaski Park neighborhood in regards to 141st Street, which has a stop work order placed on it by Inspections Department. We have a developer that's interested in developing this property. This property comes with a legacy of environmental issues that we're concerned with. Councilman Kowinski caught this group doing something that was not agreed upon that they were doing. I appreciate Councilman Mark's diligence on this issue. My administration followed it up with the stop work order, and we are in the process of making them sort through the mess. They have to tell us what they plan to do, how they plan to protect the neighborhood, if they plan on going forward with that. I know Councilman Mark has a meeting today at 6:30, Pulaski Park Neighborhood Association, where IDEM is coming down. IDEM's involved in this cleanup as well, so I appreciate him doing that. I just want everybody to know this developer has to follow the rules if they're going to develop that property. Everybody's on the same page in that regard. And last but not least, got an update from the Hammond City Sanitary District today regarding possible upcoming litigation and how that litigation, if it happens, it impacts the long-term control plan, as well as the CMDF facility being urged Hammond build by the Department of Justice. So this is something that I've talked to a couple of you about. This is something that's bubbling up right now. It could turn into a big thing, could turn into nothing, but we're monitoring that situation, and we are looping in the Department of Justice on this as well, just to ramp up the pressure on the people that are causing problems, because Hammond's doing everything we're supposed to be doing. It's other bad actors, in my opinion. Last meeting, we talked about a resolution in regards to Franciscan Hospital. We asked that you hold that back. I know Councilman Salinas has been briefed already on this, but that resolution, we're waiting for paperwork from the Franciscan. If we get the paperwork that satisfies us, we're willing to go forward and relax some standards on the demolition of that property. Only if everything comes together. We don't want to present it to you all until we get the paperwork back from the hospital that we expect to get. So I'll ask you all to hold off on that resolution again for another meeting, if you don't mind. And that's my report, unless you have any questions.
Yes, Councilman Kowinski.
Night, Mark.
Thank you for being at the parade yesterday.
It was great. I thought it was
DJ
really
was outstanding.
Yeah, I didn't know if it was
People
appropriate to have a
enjoyed
DJ on Memorial Day, but it added an element to the event, so.
So I don't know if you can say who is suing the Hammond Sanitary?
Nobody right now.
Oh.
It's possible. And if we do an executive session with the council, I'm willing to brief you. I don't want to jinx us by talking about it publicly. It's potentially a problem, potentially. But we're getting ready just in case. But anytime, it's been a while since we've held an executive session, talk about litigation, I'm willing to get together. And we have budgets coming up. I got negotiations with police and fire. I haven't updated you all on. So if you all want to call it executive session, I'd be more than happy to show up and talk about things like litigation on the record, off the record. So if you all are willing to do that, I'm willing to show up and we can talk about the district and things like that, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman. Any other questions?
Any other questions? Thank you, Mayor.
I hate to run, but my kid's got a graduation thing tonight, so thank you all. Nice to see you.
Thank you.
We'll go ahead and go to approval of minutes and claims and then go to council scholarship drawing. That'd be okay? All right. Approval of minutes.
Mr. President,
Yes.
I move that we approve the minutes from the May 13th meeting and place them on file. Second.
The motion is second by Councilman Emerson. Approve the minutes for the previous meeting on May 13th. Any discussion? Any discussion? Any discussion? All in favor? All opposed? Next up, approval of claims.
Mr. President,
Yes, Councilwoman Vance.
yes, I request approval of claims beginning with claims dated May 4th, 2024, and ending with claims dated May 17th, 2024, claim number 4303 through claim number 4684 inclusive, in the amount of $4,119,327.04. I so move.
The motion is second by Councilman Spitali. Is there any discussion? Any discussion? Any discussion? Roll call.
Alexander?
Yes.
Spitali?
Yes.
Vines?
Yes.
Kalwinski?
Yes.
Salinas?
Yes.
Tyler?
Yes.
Emerson?
Yes.
Warple?
Yes.
Rakos?
Yes. Approval of claims passes 9-0. Ready?
Yes.
Next up will be the Common Council Scholarship Drawing.
Alrighty, so I have all of our scholarship applications here, and I'm gonna go district by district. Each district will pull 2, then each at large will pull 1, and then each at large will pull an additional 2 for the, help me Janet, I'm sorry, the alternates, sorry. Sorry, I had a little long day at work, you guys, so I'm a little running. And then it's pouring, y'all. Literally, it's like a monsoon outside. After we go each district, all of the recipients will be put inside of, where they are. First one is Camilla Perez from Hammond Central. And the second one, when you're ready, is Mark Rodriguez from Morton.
How many total candidates do we have?
It was, I can do that, I don't remember it offhand right now. But there were quite a few. What we did not have are candidates from, past Bishop Knoll. I did give them a courtesy call myself. They did not respond back. So they don't know what happened either. They did receive an email, but I did give them a courtesy call before today to see if they had any applicants, and did not receive any back, so we continue to proceed on. But all of them did get a call from me personally, since they did not reach back to the school city. Second one is Camila Salgado from Hammond Central. And Felicia Chavez from Hammond Central. I also reached out to the Legacy Foundation while I'm doing this, and I will be providing you all with the information that they did give regarding scholarship, because I know that we asked those questions, in caucus regarding how the scholarship went, and the monies, and how it all came about, and all those different things, and I will be providing you all with a copy of, the resolution and all that that went forward at the very beginning, and how it does say that we can, as a board, make some kind of changes, but that's a lot of risk we need to get in the right shape. Brianne Maddox, Hammond Central. And Angela Bodegas, Morton.
The way the students have been picked, that indicates an open enrollment where no matter what district, they could be
They are all
going
over
to
the
either.
district, and they're at both of the high schools. Yeah, it was Ruler from Morton. And Jakira Nunn from Morton. Ava Meadows, Morton. Caleb Kimbrough, Hammond. Thomas Hack from Morton. Whew. Benjamin, looks like Amanakan from Morton. And now we'll put everybody in each of ours, we'll choose one, and then each of ours will choose two alternates.
One.
Adrian Flores from Hammond Central, District 6. Skylar Pollard, District 2, Hammond Central. Willow Vargas, Hammond Central District.
Two.
Ulysses Martinez, Gordon, District 2. Fatima Lopez, Hammond Central District 1. Tyrone Friars, Hammond Central District 3. Gina Sombrero, Gordon, District 3. Jared Espinosa, Hammond Central District 1. And Jolena Tapia, Hammond Central District 1. And that's it for our scholarship recipients. At the next meeting, we would like for them to appear, to be awarded with their certificates, for receiving a scholarship. They will be notified by the Legacy Foundation so that they can find out if an alternate has to take its place. That's why the alternates are chosen. Jody has been extremely helpful in finding out all the information that was needed to make sure that we continue to do everything efficiently, the way that it was originally designed, and then also giving us those little details about that the board can make some changes if we need to, based off of, we might have recommendations, but it does say it would have to, we can do the lottery the way we just did, but it has to stay with the students going to a Hammond school and being a Hammond resident. Hopefully that clarifies everything, and for those recipients, congratulations, and we hope to see you at the next meeting, which will be June 10th. All right, thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Good job.
Weather. Okay. Next up, public hearings, we have none. Communications. Any communications? Yes.
Just want to let people know that the Pulaski Park Neighborhood Association meeting is at 6:30 at the Hammond Mohawks. Primary presenters will be the Indiana Department of Environmental Management to discuss their oversight of the contaminated property at 341st Street across from Hermit's Park, formerly Taylor Chain, formerly Pro Liquids, etc. I hope everybody can join us as well as the council. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other communications? Live in the Ville will be this weekend, Friday, May 31st, Saturday, June 1st. 14 food trucks, 20 vendors. Goes from 5 p.m. till 11 p.m. on Friday and noon till 11 p.m. on Saturday. Be a good, there's lots of things coming out of inflatable costume parade, puppy parade, food tents and food tents, cornhole tournament, beer garden, food trucks, local vendors, live music. We got crop puppies on Friday night and Lynn Skinnerd on Saturday night. Any other communications?
Mr. President,
Yeah.
the Hammond Mohawks will again be hosting Polka Mania on their grounds at Calumet and 141st Street on June 9th, I believe 11 a.m. till 7 p.m. Everybody's welcome. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else? Communications closed. Committee reports.
Mr. President,
Yes, Councilman Emerson.
there was no meeting of the Capital Improvement Board on 5/20/24.
Thank you.
Mr. President,
Councilwoman Vines.
yes, I'd like to announce the upcoming Community and Crime Watch meetings. Community Watch at Mount Zion Pleasant View Plaza will be Wednesday, June 12th, 1 p.m. The East Hammond Pullman Crime Watch will meet at the Ophelia Steen Center Tuesday, June 18th at 6 p.m. Edison Community Watch is off for the summer because school is closed. Harrison Park Crime Watch will meet at VFW, on Homan Avenue on June 4th, beginning at 6 p.m. The Hessville Crime Watch will meet Thursday, June 20th, 6 p.m. at the Gene Shepherd Center. Irving Community Watch is off for the summer because school is closed. The South Homan Avenue Neighborhood Watch only meets twice a year, so mark your calendar for October sometime. We'll be their next meeting. And the Whiting Robertsdale Crime Watch will meet Thursday, June 13th, 6:30 p.m. at Calumet College. Also, I'd like to announce that Hammond Community Watch, thanks to the generosity of Mayor McDermott, this year is offering a free Ring doorbell program. Applications will be taken on the 3rd floor of City Hall in room 314 between June 24th and June 28th. Applications must be presented in person. You must own and reside in your Hammond home. You must provide proof of home ownership and provide a valid driver's license or state ID. We have 100 to give away, so it will be on a first come, first served basis. And the reason that we require the application is to, number one, verify the fact that you are a homeowner, and number two, try to avoid anyone trying to take advantage of the program and getting 2 Ring doorbells for their home. So, as we all know, we all need to be the eyes and ears of our police department, and this tool is one way for us to accomplish that, because community is not just about me, it's about us. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Any other committee reports? Any other committee reports? Committee reports, it's closed. Ordinance 3rd and final reading, we have none. Introduction of ordinances.
2412, an ordinance classifying certain lands in the city of Hammond for zoning purposes and amending ordinance number 8514, an ordinance establishing a zoning plan for the city of Hammond, including the regulations and maps to administer the zoning plan in order to provide for orderly growth and development within the city, all in accordance with the comprehensive land use plan as amended. for property commonly known as 1424 Field Street, Hammond, Indiana 46320, sponsored by Barry Tyler, petitioned by Pipeline Realty, Indiana.
Mr. President,
Yes, Councilman Tyler.
I move for first and second reading, with an intent to consider, refer to council as a whole with a committee meeting at 5:15 on Monday, June 10th.
Second.
Been a motion and a second by Councilman Warple. Is there any discussion? Any discussion? Any discussion? Roll call?
Alexander? Spitali? Yes. Vines?
Yes.
Kalwinski?
Yes.
Salinas?
Yes.
Tyler?
Yes.
Emerson?
Yes.
Warple?
Yes.
Rakos?
Yes.
Alexander?
Yes.
Passes 9-0. First and second reading, 24-12. That concludes the ordinances. Any resolutions? We have none. New and unfinished business.
Mr. President,
Yes, Councilman.
I just would like to congratulate all of the 2024 graduates as they get ready to embark on their new chapters in their lives. I know that it has had their graduation on last week, Friday, and all of the other schools will be coming up shortly as soon as this weekend and even during the week. So just want to congratulate them and wish them good luck in their future endeavors and everything, and congratulate the teachers on a great and successful school year this year.
Thank you. Any other new and unfinished business? Any other new and unfinished business? Any other new and unfinished business? New and unfinished business is closed. Next up, public expression. First up, George Stoyan. Next up, Ken Rosen.
Greetings, Council. The Governor's Parkway Bridge is a road and a bridge that adds over a half-a-mile detour that will add significant time to emergency responses in Hessville. Previously, they told us that every second matters. Now suddenly, not so much. This administration and other elected officials had brushed aside this issue. To counter our claim, they say a study was conducted. One thing I know, you can make a report, say anything you want, depending on the parameters and the data used. The city's report leaves out options recommended by the FRA, the Federal Railway Administration, such as Grand Avenue Crossing, which is the same distance as Governor's Parkway, but it keeps open the fastest emergency route, Parish Avenue. They do not compare their project to others because doing so shows this project adds to emergency response time. The administration falsely claims it is this project or no project at all. That is not the case. Most intersections they use in their calculations are unaffected by this project. They claim that there are almost 1 million vehicle conflicts daily in those rail crossings. There is no relief on Grand Avenue, host to 3 public schools. Does anyone know where 177th Street crossing is? Probably not, because it does not exist, but it does in their grant application. What they might be referring to is 25th Street crossing in Gary. That crossing and others were used to pump up numbers to falsely give the impression to NDOT and to the FRA. These discrepancies are being forwarded to those agencies. In the report, they claim that 23 trains per day come down this rail line. We have counted fewer than 5 trains on some days and no more than 15 on others. Again, the city is pumping up the numbers. For years, the administration officials boasted trains would be parked for hours, and that was the case, not anymore so. However, in this section of the report, they say trains only park up to 20 minutes. Why this major discrepancy? It's simple. It would be impossible to get 23 trains down the tracks if they parked for hours. So they reduced the time dramatically. What happens if a fire truck shows up a minute later to a fire? Does it matter? This is not just about grant money for development. It is a matter of life and death. Thank you.
Thank you. DJ?
How's it going, everyone? Happy Memorial Day, everyone. So I was looking into, federal funding for landscape and, wildlife restoration to get a gauge of what's going on there. And the Biden administration announced last November that they were investing $2 billion to fund environmental justice, community change grants as part of Investing in America agenda. It is going toward restoring native ecosystems, protecting endangered species, and cleaning up legacy pollution. And a quote from the article I read said, from the Biden administration said, "For far too long, communities that have borne the brunt of power plant and industrial pollution have been left out and left behind." And Biden's initiative is attempting to change that. And so I wanted to ask you guys, do you all believe that Hammond has had to bear the brunt of industrial pollution? I think yes. Do you think residents in Hammond have felt left behind? Many times, yes. Do you think the decision of the city and the city council to raise 30 additional acres of forest makes it better or worse for the residents of Hammond? Especially seeing how there's no reason to, because Governor's Parkway does not help emergency response times, as Ken just addressed, and it does not help children hopping trains to get to school, or any other problem that the city has alleged that it does. There's no reason to feel stuck with this plan, because the FRA said it sees Hammond as a priority and is eager to give us new funding when we get together a better plan. And we have a better plan. It's an overpass on Grand Avenue. There you go. Thank you.
Thank you. We have a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion to adjourn in a second. All in favor?
Aye.